Welcome back everybody. You guys left a whole bunch of questions for me on the last video. Very important things about Halo's future, so I figured I would make a video talking about them. Questions like, should cosmetics carry over to the next Halo game? What should Halo Infinite's upcoming update really be called? And is 343 saving content that was supposed to be made for Halo Infinite for the next Halo game? Now the question of should cosmetics carry over to the next Halo game really depends on what the next game is. What type of Halo game will it be? Is it going to be traditional, campaign only, multiplayer only? Is it going to be Halo Infinite 2.0? Will it be a live service or not? If it was a continuation, a relaunch of Halo Infinite, and by that I mean loosely in terms of gameplay and feel, even as going as far as it being, say, multiplayer only, then yes, I believe cosmetics should carry over. I discussed this on Twitter, and people said, well, Call of Duty doesn't do it. Well, maybe Call of Duty should. Maybe people who spend money on the game should be able to use the things they've purchased for more than 1 to 2 years. This online-only version of gaming we've come to expect as the standard, I'm really not a fan of. The fact that when servers go down, you lose access to almost the whole game now. You don't own it, it's just a license. Just yesterday, Xbox broke the news that hundreds of staff that were in charge of the physical distribution of their games, which is the physical copies, were laid off and lost their jobs. A lot of news outlets are reporting that the entire gaming industry is moving to digital only, and that the new Xbox in future won't even have a disc tray. So for that reason alone, I think the cosmetics should carry across. But more than that, I want a traditional Halo game. It can have a shop, sure, but by traditional, I mean I pay upfront for the game, whatever the standard amount is nowadays, $70 to $80. I get a set amount of colors and armor that I can customize any way I like, and I can unlock further armor and skins by playing. Think back to Halo 5, if you got 200 wins, you unlocked a unique pistol coating. Halo Infinite has none of that, and I think that should be in the next Halo game. Commendations are also another big part of Halo. There are no commendations on Halo Infinite. It's something the series needs to have. I really feel like the player will be rewarded for their time in game if they can unlock things by progressing. Obviously, a progression system day one is important, as I said in my future Halo video. But one thing I was a very big fan of in past Halo titles was achievement-based unlocks for customization. Halo 3 was fantastic for this. There were so many different armors and helmets by completing achievements. If you got every single Halo 3 base achievement, you unlock the katana for Halo 3. You had the Vidmaster achievements for the recon helmet. Even just reaching Sergeant and Captain unlocks some of the helmets, and I think that's really important for Halo as a whole. Of course, you can have cool stuff in the shop if it helps to fund future expansions and it improves the longevity of the game. I don't think anyone would have a problem if there's a combination of the two, but I don't want it to just be microtransactions. I would love a mix of both. Now with the upcoming Halo Infinite update, CU29 as it's being called, some people commented saying, Remy, 343 is only using CU29 internally. That is the studio name for it. It is not official. Well, here is the YouTube video 343 uploaded. CU29 is in the title. That is the official name of the update. You guys actually suggested some pretty fire names for the upcoming update. No pun intended. In my opinion, anything is better than CU29 as it's more marketable and people outside the Halo community might be more interested in trying it out if it has a cool name. So some of the names you guys suggested were the following: Spirit of Fire, Operation of Fire, Hearts of Fire, and this one is to have a tie-in with Valentine's Day, which I thought was pretty cool. Forged in Fire. One that I particularly liked was called Legacy of Fire. And the last one I saw in the comment section was Reign of Fire. All of those suggestions are better than CU29, but we will see based on our feedback if in future 343 goes with the CU30 title. Plenty of people were saying CU29 is code for CU in 2029, which will be when the next Halo game releases, but I highly doubt that's the case. Because what happens when it's CU30 or CU31? Does that mean the game keeps on getting pushed back? Well, I guess the game is never coming out then. Now, one particular comment stood out to me on yesterday's video, and it was the possibility of 343 saving infinite content for the new game. This was something I hadn't considered, which is why I always ask for your guys' feedback, because when presented with new information or a different point of view, you may now have a different opinion on things. It's honestly why I'm positive and negative with everything I upload, because when something is good, I give it the thumbs up, and when something is bad, I'm like, look, this sucks, but here's some ways we can improve it. With that said, the comment I received yesterday said, I think they are keeping the Falcon and new sandbox items for the next game. And that's why we're only getting new armor, because that can be used in the next game too. Which ties in perfectly to the first question of will cosmetics be in the next Halo game? Now, as I said, this was something I hadn't considered. What if a lot of the equipment weapons, and sandbox items were saved for the next game, would that be more impactful? Would that greatly cut down the dev time required before the new game comes out? It's an interesting theory, as we know in the past, a lot of cut content from past Halo games eventually came out in future. The Headhunter game mode from Halo Reach was actually a concept all the way back in Halo 2, and then 6 years later it came out. What I will say is I think Halo Infinite should at least have one brand new vehicle, because it's been 2 years and not a single new vehicle in my mind is not good enough. With that said, the question I should be asking you guys today is this: when do you think we'll hear about the new Halo game? And when do you think it will release? Thank you to everyone who submitted a comment today. Leave your replies down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.